talk some sports because there is actually a lot going down as always. That's why we got to get in with our guy Pep. What's going on, Pep?
It's one of the great times of the year, man, if you're a sports fan. We've got the March Madness National Championship game tonight. Guys, it's Kansas versus North Carolina. Two massive college basketball heavyweights going head to head tonight. But if we could just rewind just for a moment to the Final Four, the national semifinals on Saturday. Of course, it was UNC, North Carolina, beating their bitter rival Duke 81-77, and it was the last game for the great Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K at Duke. So what a way to go out, man. I was really hoping, I'm not a big Duke fan, I'm not a big Coach K fan, but he is the greatest of all time, and it would have been kind of nice to see him win the national title in his final season. But man, to get knocked out of the tournament by your arch nemesis, North Carolina, that probably had to be painful for Duke and Coach K.
I think that's the way, it goes over the years. He's won his fair share of games, but I still think if you look at it, it's pretty cool. I mean, for him, if you did want him, I mean, he went all the way to the Final Four. It is pretty cool to go out that far. It could have been a lot. I mean, they could have got ousted right away.
Right. I mean, for these coaches to try and go out on top like that, it's got to be hard.
Especially in the Madness tournament, it's
Right.
near impossible. So it's still a pretty cool run. But man, North Carolina, I mean, even after beating them at Duke, I mean, remember they really put a whooping on him. So I mean, Duke really had a lot of motivation to get him back, and NC comes out on top. Yeah.
Yeah, UNC, they're a traditional powerhouse, not super great this year, but year in year out, one of the top programs in the country. And again, down Tobacco Road, right? UNC and Duke. You got Wake Forest down there as well in North Carolina. But Duke's run is over. And guys, what's crazy about this too is I was talking to my wife about this. Coach K was at Duke for so long, and he had tons of offers. Do you guys remember when Phil Jackson was stepping down? I think it was like the first time. Everyone thought Coach K would be the next head coach of the Lakers. Like, he was always attached to the Lakers because he was very involved with USA basketball. So he was around Shaq, he was around Kobe, he was around some of the greatest NBA players already, and everyone thought eventually at some point he would leave Duke and be the head coach of the Lakers. And it just never happened. He wrote it out at Duke, and what a run it was for him.
He decided to stay at Duke, but that is true. I mean, normally with a college coach, you're wondering, can he do it with pro athletes? He had done it with Team USA and even the elite athletes. So he showed that he can even make the biggest spoiled brats be able to get along with each other. But he did end up writing it out. So 42 years. There you go, Coach K.
Let's not act like the Lakers don't tie any big name to the Lakers. Oh, no, they would love to come here.
Yeah, it's true.
Try it. Everybody's trying to get here.
All right, well, that's the perfect segue to the Lakers right now. So they lost yesterday afternoon against the Denver Nuggets, 129-118. So what does it all mean? Well, there's 4 games left, and they're a game and a half back of San Antonio. And the Spurs, keep this in mind, the Spurs actually hold the tiebreaker against the Lakers. So if the Lakers and the Spurs have the exact same record, San Antonio would get the final playoff spot into the play-in tournament. So the Lakers actually have to finish better than San Antonio. And right now, man, the tailspin continues, and it does not look like they're going to be able to climb that mountain and get into the play-in tournament.
I mean, the talk last week, too, was that San Antonio had an easier rest of the year schedule as well. I'm guessing that's still holding up, too.
I have to be honest. I'm surprised that we're still discussing that they could possibly make it. I mean, I thought that they've been done for so long here. I mean, they let half the league into the playoffs. It makes it so easy for them. I can't believe that they still have a chance. It feels like they've been dead on arrival.
I think it's just them dreaming at this point. I don't think it's happening.
Okay.
It does not look good. In fact, as a Sacramento Kings fan, as I was looking at the NBA standings, I'm like, wow, the Lakers are only a couple games better than awful Sacramento. Like, that's how bad it's gotten.
Right.
So, yeah, 4 games left. I guess anything can happen, but 4 games left. But it is, I think it's a long shot right now for the Lakers to even get in. And LeBron didn't play yesterday. He's kind of been in and out of the lineup, right? I don't know if it's load management or still kind of banged up, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah.
I know the dreaming fans out there want to see it happen. It seems like the more realistic fans I talked to over this weekend are just like, no, don't get into the playoff. Like, don't even get embarrassed like that. Just don't make the playoffs at this point.
It's true. The load management, not always a good look for the NBA. You got Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out there at the age of 60 doing stunners. It's unbelievable.
Stone Cold Stunner, right? Man, I love me some Stone Cold. Guys, let's talk about Major League Baseball opening day later this week. But at spring training, I know that the Dodgers and Angels have their little preseason freeway series going on. But down there at spring training in Arizona, this was kind of a funny story. That and I hate to go back to the Will Smith slap to Chris Rock, but apparently there were fans booing Dodgers catcher Will Smith when he came up to bat because, well, his name is Will Smith, and I think that's the only reason why is because his name is Will Smith, but people were still booing him because of his name, right? So,
well, remember they used to play the song that went with the show.
Yeah,
it used to be kind of the joke, right? But now he even ruined that for the Dodger. Unbelievable!
He ruined the whole name.
He did ruin the whole day. And I should point out, actually, Chris Rock's going to be performing out in the desert. You probably know this, Patrick, out in Coachella Valley. I think it's like Thursday or Friday this week. So he's actually coming out towards, Riverside County at least.
He is, and I was smart enough to ask for tickets before the slap. So somehow I'm going to be able to see him.
Oh, you are? Oh, man.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
That is awesome.
It's a big anniversary deal for the both of us.
Nice. Congratulations. That is awesome. That's really awesome. One other Dodgers note that broke over the weekend, Kenley Jansen's gone, right? He's with the Atlanta Braves now, and I know a lot of Dodger fans are probably happy. That was a wild ride with Kenley Jansen as the closer because you never knew what was going to happen. No. So Kenley Jansen's gone to the Braves. Our guy Joe Kelly, the pride of UC Riverside, the pride of Corona High School, he's moved on to the Chicago White Sox. So they needed a closer. That guy at the end of the bullpen is going to nail things down at the end of a victory, and it's going to be White Sox closer Craig Kimbrell. He's coming over to the Dodgers. He's an all-star closer, one of the top saves guy in the league, and now the Dodgers feel like they got their guy to, when you're up and it's a close game late in the late innings, he's going to be their guy, Craig Kimbrell.
I loved Kenley Jansen, and I remember the heart issues and all that stuff. I mean, all the health to him, but he gave me a heart attack every single time he was on the mound. It was like he gave up bombs all the time. He actually got a lot better this last season, and look how well the Dodgers did.
But you know what? It's like he didn't have a short rope. You know what I mean? Like the Dodgers kept bringing him back year after year after year, and it was the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. He would be giving up, late game leads. He would be blowing saves, or if he did get the save, it was like there's runners on second and third.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like and the cleanup hitter would be up for the other team. It's like it was always this dramatic situation. He always just seemed to kind of get out of it. There's never that 1, 2, 3 inning where you just knock him down, get the save, you get the win, and you go home. It was never easy for Kenley Jansen. He was good, but it was never easy for him.
Love him, but they upgraded with this dude.
I think so, and I think Dodger fans will appreciate that. And finally, guys, some golf. We have the Masters. We're heading out to Augusta later this week, beginning on Thursday, first round. And if you're expecting to see Tiger Woods, we just simply don't know yet. He calls it a game time decision. Like he really wants to play. And again, we talked about this last week, the fact that, as the ultimate competitor, maybe he just wants to prove to himself that he can still do it. He can still get out there. And if you're going to do it, it's not just some random, no offense to the Waste Management Open in Phoenix or one of those tournaments. This is the Masters. Like this is Augusta. And but we don't know. Long story short, we don't know if he's going to play, but he's going to try to give it a go. We might not know till like Wednesday night or maybe even Thursday morning.
I am not believing the hype at all on this. There's no way he is playing. He's already, I think, trying to break the fall with it's going to be a game time decision, guys. Right. So he's already saying, hey, it's up in the air. I think he would be saying he's playing if he's playing. They got to have the threat of Tiger being there to get viewers to watch golf. There's all there is to it. I will be shocked if he enters the Masters.
I mean, if they use it to build it up all week and then he's not there, they're not going to get the ratings anyway. So it's like they're kind of screwed either way. It seems like it's really early from that crash. That crash seemed pretty bad, pretty gruesome. It seems like it's pretty early from a return. But if he can play, obviously people are going to tune in and watch it.
We'll see.
And guys, real quick, where do you fall on this? Like, would you want to see him play and not be the Tiger of old? Or it's like, hey, I don't want to see a.k.a. Michael Jordan on the Wizards and not be the Michael Jordan I remember as a kid, dunking on everybody. Do you just want to see him out there just to see him out there? Or do you like, hey, man, this is not Tiger Woods. I don't want to see him like this.
I'd rather just see them. They're human, dude. They can't be friggin' robots forever.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I'm not watching either way.
There you go.
Whether he's playing or
See?
not, I'm not watching.
See?
I'm just gonna be honest.
40's he's gonna be knee deep in baseball come this weekend, watching all those major league games. He doesn't have time for the Masters.
Oh, there's got to be something else, right?
We will know.
Horseshoes or something to watch.
We will know a lot more as we get closer to Thursday when we talk to Pep once again. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
It's gonna be a great week. The Masters. We got baseball coming up this week. Learn more at Inland Sports all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, and the Gram. And we got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. That is Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.